Hi, and welcome to today's math lesson. Today we're going to talk about perimeter. To find the perimeter of a shape, you simply find the sum of or add up all the side lengths around the outside. This is an example of a pentagon, penta meaning 5. It's a regular pentagon, which means all the sides are the same length. In this case, they're all 3 centimeters. To find the perimeter, I would simply add up all sides. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Or in other words, 3 times 5 equals 15. So the perimeter of this pentagon is 15 centimeters. Next, we have an irregular pentagon. It still has 5 sides, but they're not all the same. You can add up all the sides. It does not matter the order, and reach your perimeter of 25 centimeters in that case. To find the perimeter of a rectangle, it's the exact same thing. However, there's often hidden information on a rectangle that you're expected to know. Most of the time, when a rectangle is labeled with the dimensions, they only label the length and the width, but they do not label the opposite sides. You are expected to know this special rule of a rectangle, that the opposite sides are equal. So if this is 8 centimeters, the opposite side straight across is also always 8 centimeters. Same thing with this one, the width, or the length, 4 and 4. One common mistake is when kids forget this rule, and to find the perimeter, they simply add 8 plus 4. Well, if you add 8 plus 4, you're only getting 12 centimeters, and that's much too small. As a matter of fact, it's half of what the actual perimeter is. So once again, it's very important for you to include all the sides, because essentially what you're doing when you're measuring the perimeter, you're measuring the distance around. It's almost like taking a cardboard box and breaking it apart and stretching it out into one linear line, and then measuring the distance from the one side to the other. That's essentially what perimeter is. So if I took all my sides and then measured that whole line, that's what the perimeter is. So once you know all 4 dimensions, you can add them up in any order. So that means there's several different equations you might use. You could do length plus width plus width. You could do length twice plus width twice. You could do length plus width plus length plus width. You could even add the length plus the width and then double it, because you know there's another exact same sized side to that rectangle. So let's calculate this perimeter. First, I'm going to label the opposite sides of the rectangle. I know that's 4, and then I know this opposite side is 8. And then I'm going to do a little bit of calculation. I might do it this method. 8 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4. And once I solve for those, it's 16 plus 8 equals 24. So my perimeter is 24 centimeters. We try one more. This one, instead of just adding the opposites, I'm going to add the length plus the width, because I know automatically that 6 and 4 is 10. So if I do 6 plus 4 is 10, I can just simply double that, because I know 10 plus 10 is very easy. The perimeter is 20 feet. Keep in mind, the units need to match whatever you're measuring. This one was feet, the other one was centimeters. Also, when you're measuring perimeter, it's not a squared unit. You're not counting the squares, you're counting the distance around. So your unit is just a regular linear unit.